me know when we're live. And we're live. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Today's live event, we're going to be talking about Jonard Tools VFL 150 visual fault locator, our FC-220. Yeah, FC-220, had to check. Mechanical cleaver, and our FC-500 precision cleaver. Before I go any further, I'm Ed Scirbona, Director of Engineering here at Jonard Tools, and with me today I have Mike Baptiste, who's running this whole production. You might periodically see me talking to him or questioning positioning of something or like. And I also have Carmen Chung, our marketing manager, who's going to help me with any questions that may arise during the event. She will pass them along to me and I'll read them and talk to you about them. One other little housekeeping thing, please take a moment to like our Facebook page and go to jonard.com/live to enter a contest to win a VFL 150. So with all that said and done, let me get started. So here I have our VFL 150, which is a kit and consists of our VFL 25 and our VFL-25-125 LC adapter. So the VFL 25, okay, is a 650 nanometer LED, red LED, used for locating faults in fiber. Some key features here is we have a main power switch in the back, mode button that turns the LED on, so you have continuous, and you have a fast pulse and a slow pulse. So I'm just going to do a quick little demo here. By the way, the end has a 2.5 millimeter universal ferrule fitting adapter. So I'm going to grab a little jumper cable I happen to have here. Going to connect it up, and I'm just going to turn it on. Okay. Mike, can you see the LED? Yep. Okay, so you can see the LED is coming through. So we know that the cable has light going through it, but if you look at this cable, there is a lot of leakage at the connector, and this is done on purpose, so you could see some of the reasons why you use a visual fault locator. Are you able to see the orange appearance on the... You can see it? Okay, so guys, so you see it. So that's one application. Here's another, looking for a sharp bend. And how's that? You can see it? Perfect. So these are just two little applications for the VFL. And as you can see, I'm going to switch over here, show it again. So you can see it pulsing. I'll turn it off. And you can see the fast pulse. Okay. Perfect. The adapter is right in here. I'll take the adapter out. It goes in. This allows you to connect up to an LC connected cable. Just like that right there. Same thing. This one's cut at the end, so you can see that bright and clear. It's a much better cable. There's no leakage out of the connector here. So turn it off. Can you move that up so it's in the screen? Here. Yes, sir? The tool this way. Oh, there we go. Like that? More? The tool. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay. Is it good? Yep. All right, thanks. I'll turn that off. Okay, so the VFL 25, it's 2.5 millimeter universal adapter, is great for your FC, SC, ST connectors, and the VFL 25-125 is great for your LC connectors. So that's the VFL 25, VFL 150 kit. While I'm putting it away here, just a couple more quick things about it. It uses a Class 3A laser, which means that it can be powered up to 5 milliwatts, and we have ours calibrated to 3 milliwatts, which is good for a distance of about 5 kilometers or 3 miles. So again, VFL 150. Moving on to the FC-220 mechanical cleaver here. This cleaver is not a precision cleaver. It's great for field use and emergency applications where you're hooking up a mechanical splice. So very simple and easy to use. Just simply open the jaw, take your fiber, insert it in here, bring it down. There is a scale on the tail here that allows you to determine how much of a cleave you want. So I'm just going to come down, press it, and you're just going to bend, and it breaks right there. Very simple, easy to use. You can see the piece is left over in the tool. Before I take that out, I'm going to put on my safety glasses for good measure here. I'm going to take it, I'm going to put it into our little trash can we happen to have here. Okay. There we go. I got that cleaved. Now, one other thing about the FC-220. The tail is replaceable, as is the blade inside the tool. They're both replaceable, so you don't have to throw out the tool if you damage this or the blade becomes dull. All right, moving on to the FC-500. This is a precision fiber cleaver, and what it's designed to do is work with fusion splicers. So what does that mean? It basically means it gives you a precision cleave, meaning it's as close to 90 degrees or perpendicular cleave as you can get. This is typically rated for 0.5 degrees or less. Okay, that's what it's designed to do, to give you maximum performance when you're fusion splicing. Again, I have a little pre-stripped fiber right here. Can you see it? Yep, there we go. Simple to use. Just open the lid here, move the blade forward. It has a built-in fiber holder that'll hold 250 micron fiber or 900 micron buffered fiber. Lay it in. There is a scale on here, so you can use that. It's relative to the blade. So use that as your reference point here. Close it, close it. Actually, it has a trash can on the side here. Open it up. I'll pull the piece into the trash can, close it, and take out my fiber. It's cleaved, so FC-500 blade on this as well is replaceable. It is good for up to 48,000 cleaves and has 16 different positions. So FC-500, FC-220, and the VFL 150. Carmen, and let's not forget our handy dandy trash can, the FDC 66. Any questions? Great question. It says, is it an LED or a laser? Somebody's asking, is the VFL a laser or an LED? It is a laser. It is a laser. It is not a light emitting diode. Okay, another question regarding the VFL. They're asking what type of batteries does it use? Great question. I didn't mention it when I was talking about it. It uses 2 AAA batteries. And as I mentioned while doing the demo, there is a main power switch in the back of the unit. It's great to use that switch so you don't prematurely drain the batteries, and then when you go to use it, it's dead. So don't just turn it, my point being, don't just turn it off from the mode switch. Use the main power switch as well. Here's another question regarding the VFL. I can take these off now. It'll help me read. What is the maximum distance for the VFL? As I mentioned in the demo, the VFL goes to about 5 kilometers. In the end of the day, it's all relative because it's relative on the fiber and where it's going, the bends in it, etc., and the connections as well, as we saw in my little demo. But about 5 kilometers or about 3 miles. Another question regarding the VFL, asking what is the power output on the VFL? As I mentioned, it's a class 3A laser, which means that it's a laser less than 5 milliwatts. We have ours calibrated to 3 milliwatts. Well, this is actually a good question here. Again, regarding the VFL, it says, will it work with SC, APC, and UPC connectors? The answer is it'll work with any SC connector. The only thing is really how well it transmits the light into the connector. The UPC is probably going to be a little bit better than the APC, so you might get a little more distance out of it than you would with the UPC. Oh, okay, great question here. Will the laser give a distance to a fault? The answer is no, because it's not an OTDR. It does not do any distance measurement. It is only there to be a reference and help you identify a damage point, high loss or damaging connector visually. It's not going to tell you any kind of distance. Wow, a lot of people asking about the VFL. Question is, how long will the batteries last in the VFL? They will last, if used properly, used with that main power switch and the like, they'll last about 60 hours. Can we get higher output in the VFL? The answer, there are companies selling higher output VFLs. The answer is no, we can't get it because there are other factors that you have to take into consideration when using a high wattage output laser. Question regarding the FC-220 cleaver. The question is, can the blade be replaced? The answer is yes, it can. I forget the part number. I believe it's FC-4. Is it? Oh, good. Not bad. What is the blade? Here's one more question. This question is regarding the FC500. What is the blade life on the FC500? So I did mention that, but I'll go over it again. The blade life is about 48,000 cleaves. There are 16 different positions on the blade, and as you detect wear, you remove the trash can on the side. There's a little set screw in there, and you give it a turn, and it rotates the blade to the next position. You just keep doing that till you've gone all the way around. Again, it's about 48,000 cleaves total. Okay, great question here. On VFL, again, regarding the VFL, how do you choose which of the 3 modes to use for I'm not sure if I understand the question. I can answer the question as it's written. So simply to change the mode from continuous to fast pulse or slow pulse, turn it on, you just press the mode button right on the center right here, Okay, press it again and again. I was thinking the question might be, why do you use continuous versus pulse? And for some people, that's a preference. They want to see the light blinking and they think it's easier to see. Question, when do you turn the blade in the SC500? That really comes down to when you start detecting that the tool is not cleaving as well as it did prior. You're probably looking at about approximately 3,000 cleaves per each position, but that's give or take. Another question back to the VFL. Can you use the VFL in combination with power meters since it is calibrated? The answer is yes. Yes, you can. As a matter of fact, you can, but I'm not sure why you would want to. You're much better using it with a light source than a VFL. Okay, it looks like that's all the questions. I'll give everybody just a few more seconds in case anyone comes up with anything else. If not, okay. It looks like question and answers are done. So with that, again, please take a moment to like our Facebook page. Go to jonard.com/live to enter a contest to win a VFL 150. And I thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you, and please stay safe.